and the next speaker on stage, she's going to show you or explain to you her insights and how she, as a half marathon runner and a very successful businesswoman, putting those two things together and implementing those in the things you do and certainly in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lady often referred to as the superwoman of Croatian entrepreneurship. You make your choice up for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Vice President of the Supervisory Board at Atlantic Grupa, Ms. Lada Tedeschi Fiorio.
Good evening, everybody. So now I'm going to let you dive into Atlantic waters for a couple of minutes. It's just going to be a short film to explain our company, and then I will run with you for the rest of my presentation. Enjoy.
Our journey began 26 years ago with a piece of chewing gum, and we've been growing ever since, anxious to explore and discover new places. We started as a local distributor and grew into a multinational food and beverages company. We have companies in 12 countries that run 19 production sites. Our products are present in over 40 markets. Over the years, our fleet has grown. We are a leading fast-moving consumer goods producer in Southeast Europe. Other than food and beverages, we produce food supplements, OTC medications, personal care products, and own a successful chain of pharmacies. We are also great at shipping, not just by ships. Our leading regional distribution network has over 1,000 vehicles, delivering products from 16 distribution centers to over 60,000 sales points. All aboard! Our flag is flying high at the Zagreb Stock Exchange as we delivered promised results for 37 quarters in a row. Our ownership structure is stable. Our engineers like to say we are running a tight ship.
Do we need to tighten it more, sir?
No, that's fine, guys. When it comes to sales, we are a pretty big fish in the sea, and that is not a fisherman's tale. In 2016, we pulled out some big results. We strive for growth across all of the categories and markets. But smooth seas don't make a skilled sailor. We keep rising even when the tide of the market falls. There are plenty of new shores on the horizon as we strive to further internationalize our business and grow organically. When crossing the borders, we'll have to declare several brands with international presence and strong potential. Argetta, pure meat and fish patty, Granny's Secret, homemade delicatesse, Multipower, sports food supplements, Donut MG, mineral water, Sedavita, vitamin drink, baby cereals. These are all engines that move our ship forward, but our values oil the gears and steer us in the right direction. Wave of creativity brings us new ideas and different views. Passion for creation and work shines like the sun, and growth in every aspect lifts us to the top of the mountain of success. We are an ocean of opportunities to seize and opportunities to give. How would you like to get on board?
So, this board on this ship for 20 years, contributing to its development and its growth. And just to mention a few of the key roles that I'm having on this ship, it's defining the strategic direction, it's leading acquisitions, mergers, integrations, restructuring, it's talking and negotiating to institutional investors, it's taking company to Zagreb Stock Exchange for its IPO, and it's talking every day and mentoring young talents and younger colleagues. And trying to choose one of the projects that could be useful to you, that are 20 years probably younger than me, I decided to share with you something that you cannot really find on internet, on our web pages, on our company profile, or financial reports. I will tell you something that is some kind of behind the curtains, something that comes from my experience, and it is linked to all the projects that I'm participating in. And I guess it can be useful to you no matter if you are a young entrepreneur, if you're joining a big company, if you are on a startup, no matter in which industry you are, if you are in classical food and beverage, or if you're in new technologies, modern cities, intelligent media, anything. I think all of the projects have something in common. And let me share with you that. Something is wrong? Okay, let's go back here. So today I'm going to run with you a half marathon. But before starting this long running race of 21 kilometers, let me underline one thing. You see how it's called? It's called half marathon. And its name, it's not right, because saying half, it means that it's kind of easy because it's not a full thing. But 21 kilometers, you can trust me, it's tough. So when you choose your projects, when you choose your companies, don't only stick to the name. Look what is behind, because this kind of half can really mislead you in taking your decisions. The other thing I want to share with you, you see the male record comparing to female record. Men are faster than female. And this usually happens in sport, it happens in running, and it's due to our physical characteristics. This does not happen in business. In business, we are the same, male and female. Please remember that. Sorry? Great. And my personal best, of course, 1:36, so you know it. I'm kind of closer to world female record than to the average female runner. So, let me take you to the start of a half marathon. It's thousands of people, it's good music, it's good vibration, it's great atmosphere. I feel high, I've trained, I'm ready, and it's mine. I mean, come on, I'm going to run and I'm going to fly to the finish. But at the same time, it kind of feels, do I really know how to run? And am I really able to run 21 kilometers? Guys, I know you know this feeling. When you are ready for your exam, on the other side you have this kind of feeling in the stomach, I don't know anything. And this is usually what happens in this crowd. The crowd keeps you up, but somebody in your head keeps you down. And this happens also during the projects. But before jumping into race, to avoid these heavy legs and these kind of steel around your feet, you have to know what is your goal. Are you today on your starting line to go for the result, to smash, to give the best of yourself? Or you're just going to participate and to be in a comfort zone? Both goals are okay, but you have to choose which one you're going to go for. Comfort zone is fine, but it doesn't bring you one step further. And today, I'm going to share with you, of course, the one that kind of pushes you. The one when you run for the result. And the second thing, you have to know your race. Before jumping into a project, please inform yourself. What is your market? Who is your competition? What are the risks? What are your financials? What are your advantages? And what are your limits? Because otherwise, it won't really work. So before going to the race, I kind of inform myself if it's going to be flat, uphill, downhill, when are the refreshment points, who is the competition, and the rest is a little bit of luck. And let me start running because it's going to be easier. Bang! Gun. The first kilometer, it's easy. It really goes, I'm flying. I'm light, my steps are long, my wings are on, and this is going to be easy. The whole atmosphere just carries me, and it looks easier than when I'm on training. And you know what? There is a conclusion. If I just keep that pace, I can do better than I thought I would. Be careful. The initial adrenaline, the initial atmosphere just makes you become a little bit too optimistic. It makes you increase your targets. It makes you believe that you can do better than you really can. It's fine to be optimistic, but on the other side, there is a risk that you are going to run too fast and burn your energy, or that you are going to jump into a project, put your objectives too high, invest too much in the organization, in the products, in the marketing, in anything, and probably burn yourself a little bit too fast. But okay, I mean, it's easy. I just have to keep this pace till the end, and I'm done.
When the colleague
But
asked me, do you know where backstage is?
what happens?
Well, of course I do.
It's only
So
6,
the
7
technical stuff
kilometers,
for the cinema
and
and
it's,
everything during my student days.
I'm not
Maybe I'll
so
talk about
happy anymore.
It's more really to calm things down.
My legs are a little bit
Microsoft
heavier.
And I tried really not.
My energy is
Any
gone.
corporate slides.
And the
I don't have
question
any corporate
is,
slides.
can
I'm
I
starting
run
to do
21
Native
kilometers?
American, sending a small waves. one
Guys,
to
this won't work.
That's the
If
idea
it's
of
like
the
this on the
presentation,
6th, 7th
that
kilometer,
Actually,
I cannot come to the end.
we as the social animals have a
These doubts and these first crises, they're
we
great.
forgot because of
You need them.
technology, we
You need
forgot the
them
value of
to
the
reevaluate yourself, to make all the assessments you
data is all
need,
about.
and
It's
to
not all
put
about
the
that.
realistic goals,
How
the
you
one
use the data,
that you
how
can
you
really
manage the
achieve.
data,
So don't be
and what
afraid
can you get
of the
out of
first
the data
crisis.
patterns
Don't be
into the
afraid of
future.
doubts. Don't be afraid
I'll
of the
lead to
questions that
various
come to your
scenarios,
mind.
slightly
You need
touch
them
machine
because you
learning
will
and
be
all
more
of that
successful
stuff.
if you are more realistic.
Of
And if you know what are
the idea. So I'm gonna
your
talk about
potentials,
Microsoft
but on the other
space,
side, what are your
digital
limits?
transformation, how we're looking at it, and what the kids.
Oh. So what did I say? I just keep this pace and I'm done. No, I'm not keeping the pace. I'm falling apart. It's been 45 minutes that I'm running, that I'm on the road. And as you can see, my height is kind of disappearing. My steps are shorter. And my mood is not so positive anymore. And you know what happens to my mind? This is not for me. This is the wrong race. I'm in a wrong sport. I'm wrong completely. Everything is wrong. It's total disaster. And let's see what is happening. My feet burn. Uh-oh, are these blisters on my toes? My knees hurt.
You're a Microsoft guy. And it's hard.
My stomach starts to burn.
No matter how you want to.
My heart rate,
And that's
it's
always
beating so high that I think that's it. That's the last minute of my life. And this is where I really ask you to ask yourself, is this real? Is this really the last minute of myself, of my life, or am I a little bit exaggerating? This is the moment to take responsibility and to fix the fixable. Okay, let's see. My feet are still okay. My knees work. I can breathe and calm my heartbeat. And maybe I can stand up and put some smile on my face. It will be easier. Same is in business. When the projects start to go down, first look at the atmosphere of your team and of yourself. If you have face like mine here, you won't, the reaction of the people around you won't be the one who want to push. So check the atmosphere and try to bring a good atmosphere to your team. Check your actions. What can you do to make it better? Check your procedures and your processes. So take responsibility and do something. Okay. So I go further. It's me falling apart. You see the last one, the elephant that cannot walk anymore, and all the others are flying. So the competition, they all run. They're like pumas, gazelles, and I'm the only elephant. This is what it seems to me, but it's not like that. All of the competition, they all have the same moments of crisis, they all suffer, and for them it's difficult. So it's not that I'm the only one who is really down. It's tough. So look at the competition and use the competition to go further. Respect them, don't undervalue them. Find the motivation in them, and also when it's the right moment, attack. But let's go back to this really feeling this is the last moment of my day, of my life, and I cannot do it anymore. If it's really like that, then be brave and take responsibility of stopping. Because sometimes it's really better to stop. If you see that your project is not taking you where you want to go, if your project is taking you far away from your last goal, then it's better to stop. It's wiser, it's more intelligent, and it's more responsible. I've seen many companies that insisted on the projects because they were their pet projects. It was kind of embarrassing to step back. It's better to step back and stop than to continue killing yourself. But today, we are here to continue. So I've changed my mood. I've put my process and my procedures in place. And I focus. I focus on the important stuff. And I go further. But how much more is still missing? It's 21.1 minus, what is this, 16.3 kilometer, 21.1 minus 16.3. I cannot do it that. Let's make it simpler. 21 minus 16. 21 minus 16. I cannot do it. Okay, it's 5. So 5, if I go with the pace 4.30 times 5, it doesn't work. I cannot make the simplest calculation because once you are in a stress, no matter if it's physical, emotional, or intellectual, the simplest calculation don't work. So ask for help, take 2 deep breaths, step back, and try to focus on what is important. I've witnessed and I worked on these super Excel sheets, connected with so many formulas in them, so many numbers, and I was really watching and paying attention to each single detail. And then a colleague would ask, what is the sales plan for this year? And I would say, So it's more important to know those 3 numbers, those 3 important figures, than to have all the details but then lose yourself. So when you're in a stress, focus and fight because it's worth. And you know why? It's worth because at the end you come to the finish line. And once you're on a finish line, you really feel like Olympic champion. It doesn't matter if it's a small or a big project, if it's race, if it's exam. Once you are there, it really feels great. And just give yourself a moment to celebrate that victory. You celebrate it on your own and you compliment yourself, because it's that very feeling of the personal victory that gives you motivation to go further. And you need to go further, because we are not here because of one race. There are many races in front of us. And to be able to face them all, you have to remember a few things. First one is, what is your long-term goal? Because there's a goal for one race, but what is your long-term goal when you put all the races together? This is mine. I would like to run and to work until I'm 80. And to be able to do that, I have to be healthy, I have to be motivated. And for example, you motivate me, this event motivates me. I have to be inspired. And I get inspiration from my children and from young people. I need energy and I have to feel young inside. But to achieve my long-term goal, I cannot go alone. Okay, this is kind of jumping. You have to choose your team. You have to choose a team that shares the same value, that shares the same goals, that respects you, that accepts you, and that you feel that it's worth fighting for. You also have to choose your races. This is just a list of my half marathons. It's many of them. And not all of them were fighting for the results. Some were in a comfort zone. But it's important that you choose your races that always bring you one step further, closer to your final goal. And that you don't burn yourself on the first, second, or third. And train. If it's about running, I train almost every day, no matter if it's raining, if it's cold, if it's hot, if I'm tired or not, if I feel like it or I don't feel like it, if I'm on business trip or if I'm on my holidays. And when it's about business, it's important that you study, learn, but also that you get motivation and knowledge from the things that surround you. For example, that you leap. That you leap in every single day.
I have an idea.
And in every single situation. I've participated to many courses of motivation or negotiation, but you know which is the best negotiation course that I participated to? It was raising my twins, Carlo and Georgia. When they were small, for them it was very important who would first get out of the car. So if you open first Georgia's door or Carlo's door. And you know how 2-year-old kids, how do they complain when they're not happy? They scream. So to negotiate that once Georgia goes out first and the second time Carlo goes first, you need patience, because first you don't understand why is this important, but then you see that it's important for them. And also today when they're 14 and when I say Carlo and Georgia, then Georgia says, why Carlo is the first one? So then I say, sorry, it's Georgia and Carlo, and then he complains. And you know, my colleagues will never tell me, why didn't you mention me for first? But they probably think about it. My kids can tell me that, and I get the message. The colleagues won't. But once you get a message from your kids, then you can apply it also to the colleagues, to the team. And almost coming to the end, push your boundaries. Don't be afraid to go further. Of course, know your limits. Don't overburn. Don't burn yourself. And count on the team. You cannot go alone. And in all these races, in all these projects, there are going to be many mistakes. Just take them as a normal part of your projects. From the mistakes you learn, from mistakes you become stronger, and they push you further. But the important thing is just forgive yourself about the mistakes. Today, I've made many mistakes. Grammar, content, I don't know, whatever. And I promise that tonight, when I won't be able to sleep, that I'll try to forgive myself for all the mistakes. And trust in yourself, listen to the others. But sometimes your mind will tell you something that is not right, something that is completely out of the space. But then there's your stomach that tells you what is right. And trust in some kind of a combination. And at the end, guys, play and have fun. There is a world around you waiting for you to choose your races. So run, have fun, and good luck. Thank you.
Well, wow.
Wow.
Okay, how do you feel? Feel good?
You know what? This is easier than running 21 kilometers.
Right, okay. Well, we just got a few questions that have come up on Slido. What gave you motivation and strength to continue? You've already kind of looked at that already, but again, give us a little bit more. What really keeps you going when it really kicks in and that the tough time, both at work, in the office, and running?
It's this energy inside that just pushes me to go further. And when it's tough, it's important to find this kind of a motivation inside. Sometimes I find motivation in my children, because if I'm not example to them, then how can I expect that one day they will find a motivation? On the other side, I find the motivation in my colleagues when I see that they work hard and that they don't give up. Then, I'm on the same boat, so I row. And regarding the running, once you feel this energy inside and how stronger, younger, and better you feel when you run, then you just cannot stop.
I'm actually intrigued, in fact. Are there any of your colleagues or people who work in the company you run that have said to themselves, well, hey, listen, if she's running, I'm going to do the same?
At the beginning, 4 years ago when I started running, it was a small bunch of people, not really connected, and the running was seen as something a little bit strange. You know, you run without any reason. There is no ball in front of you. You know, Cedevita basketball team, it's all about basket. So you need the ball, you need a game, but why would you run without the ball? And we were a small group today, and we kind of thought, okay, let's put people together that run. And we organized Atlantic Run team called ART. Today, we are more than 350 people, and 300 people in Atlantic finished their half marathons. And most of those people, 300 people, were not runners a year, 2 or 3 years ago. So it's just this energy that motivates the others. And it's great. We have fun, we travel together, we go to the races together, we share the experience, and it just goes as a wave.